Breaking news coming in from the United States. This is Donald Trump, US President, condemning the shootout near White House. This is our top focus this hour. Donald Trump has come out to say White House shootout is a terror attack. Trump has said assault was an act of terror. Suspect entered US from Afghan in 2021. Suspect entered US under Biden rule. We'll examine every alien who entered the United States. Shootout near White House in the United States. This is the particular incident that we are referring to, where two National Guard members were shot at only at a small distance away from the White House. Two National Guard members are currently in a critical situation. Shootout suspect is an Afghan national, remember, and the suspect, Ramanullah Lakhanwal, has been detained. FBI is probing the shootout as an act of terrorism at this point. The probe so far has come out to reveal that the suspect, Ramanullah, entered the United States in 2021. Donald Trump has come out to condemn the shootout. He addressed the nation a short while back. He has in fact called it, in his preliminary response, an animal who shot at the National Guards and wounded them. He has also come out to say the accused will pay a very steep price. These are the details that we are in fact right now bringing to you here at the very top of the hour. But importantly, there have been leaders, including Vance, the Vice President of the country, who have come out to in fact bring to focus Operation Allies Welcome, that was under Biden's regime, wherein Afghans were allowed to come into the United States. In fact, if I just take you through what exactly has been said by Vance, he has said that, I remember back in 2021 criticizing the Biden policy of opening the floodgate to unvetted Afghan refugees. Friends sent me messages calling me a racist. It was a clarifying moment. They shouldn't have been in our country. That very policy, or that very operation, has now come under scanner and has become a point of conversation in the aftermath of this very attack. Let's quickly take a look at the reactions that's come into focus at this point before we proceed with the discussion.
We'll make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice if the bullets going in the opposite direction haven't already done that. During this time of the year, when we gather at home with loved ones, these two patriots were wearing the uniform of our country, patrolling the streets of our capital. They had taken a selfless oath to defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that is exactly what they were doing when they were gunned down in a savage attack. I want to express my extraordinary gratitude to every member of the United States military who is deployed tonight, at home and abroad. I also want to thank the Secret Service and the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department for their work today. This Thanksgiving, I ask every family to say a prayer for the two great heroes who were so horribly shot, and for their loved ones. Please say a prayer.
Before we get started, on a somber note, we had, and some of you may have seen this on your phones or on social media, but apparently there was a shooting outside the White House just a couple of hours ago, and we're still learning everything. We still don't know the motive. There's a lot that we haven't yet figured out, but what we do know is that a couple of National Guardsmen were injured in the line of duty. And first of all, I want everybody who's a person of faith to say a prayer for those two National Guardsmen, that they're able to spend Thanksgiving with their families instead of losing their lives, because I understand they're still in pretty tough condition. But I think it's a somber reminder that soldiers, whether they're active duty, reserve, or National Guard, our soldiers are the sword and the shield of the United States of America. And as a person who goes into work every single day in that building and knows that there are a lot of people who wear the uniform of the United States Army, let me just say very personally, thank them for what they're doing. We're grateful to them, and we're praying that they're going to be safe and they're going to spend Thanksgiving with their families. God bless them.
Two of our brave members of the National Guard and the Department of War were brazenly attacked in a horrendous act of violence. They were shot. They're in critical condition. As you can see behind me, we have assembled the full force of both the federal and state and local law enforcement agencies to bring bear all of our resources to make sure we find the perpetrators responsible for this heinous act. And make no mistake, they will be brought to justice. Since this is an assault on a federal law enforcement officer, this will be treated at the federal level as an assault on a federal law enforcement officer. The FBI will lead out on that mission with our interagency partners, to include the Department of Homeland Security, Secret Service, ATF, DEA, and we're thankful for the mayor's assistance in this matter, the Metropolitan Police Department and their skills in investigating homicides and gun shootings in this city is exceptional. We will work together collaboratively because this is a matter of national security, because it's a matter of pride. President Trump has been informed. We've been in contact with the White House. We will shortchange the American public with no resources to make sure we find and safeguard our nation's capital right here in Washington, D.C., and bring anyone responsible for this heinous act of violence to justice.
The shooter shot in a cowardly, dastardly act targeting the best of America, heroes willing to serve in Washington, D.C., serve for people they don't know and they've never met. We will never back down. We will secure our capital. We will secure our cities. In fact, this happened just steps away from the White House. It will not stand. And that's why President Trump has asked me, and I will ask the Secretary of the Army, to the National Guard, to add 500 additional troops, National Guardsmen, to Washington, D.C. This will only stiffen our resolve to ensure that we make Washington, D.C. safe and beautiful. The drop in crime has been historic.